and gentlemen, the Atlanta Falcons have excited me. I'm very happy with what they did in the draft here. I thought they actually targeted a lot of different positions that they really needed. They ended up moving up in the second, got someone that I thought is a really good pick, and still somehow was able to get a quarterback that I think actually could pan out and be a decent quarterback in this league. So I'm very excited. We'll start with the first round, all right, obviously. Pick number 8, Drake London, baby. That's exactly who I wanted them to get. I love his size. I love his physicality. I picture this guy being the next Julio Jones on the Atlanta Falcons. And again, I think he's going to do it. I love his potential. Obviously, I liked Wilson as well. But again, I think Drake London is the better out of the two just on paper, just looking at his highlights. I'm more excited about him coming in.
Hey, I'm a Garrett Wilson fan, but I'm not going to hate on you.
Do you think he's their immediate number one?
Yeah,
I think so.
He has to be.
I don't have anyone.
He has to be, yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is.
It's tough when you don't even have like a great quarterback to throw to you. It's a tough situation for him.
I mean, and then like you sub him in, and then you're versing the Saints, and you're going up against Marshawn Lattimore twice a year. You're going to be going up against Dante Jackson that can keep up with anybody twice a year. Like, that's a big ask for a guy. It's good that Kyle Pitts is there, though, because he was drawing a lot of double teams last year.
Exactly, and I think this is really going to free up one of the two, and that's what I'm excited for. That's why I wanted, unfortunately, Calvin Ridley didn't get to play too much last year, but I really wanted him to come back and play because they needed to be freed up. Someone needed to get the double coverage, and someone needed to have one-on-one. And it would have been an easy, just, all right, this guy gets picked off, perfect right there. We're going to hit Kyle Pitts across the middle for a big game. And unfortunately, that didn't happen because of the whole situation. So Kyle Pitts, again, being a rookie, was double-teamed almost every game, and he couldn't really get things going. He had some spectacular catches, which got me so excited. That's why I'm pumped up about Kyle Pitts, is because this is his rookie year. He was thrown into the flames, dude, while he was already caught on fire, and he still somehow had some highlight catches that, in my opinion, could prove to be one of the best tight ends in the future of the league. Truthfully.
Let me ask you real quick. Are you nervous at all for your young receivers with not really having like that quarterback like Mariota starts? How much confidence do you have in him? And then even if Ritter comes in as a rookie, do you think that could like degrade the pick at wide receiver and even Kyle Pitts?
I mean, I think of course it could definitely play a factor into it, but I'm not too worried about it. Honestly, I don't see Mariota being the type of guy that's just going to like be absolutely god-awful where he's just overthrowing people, not being able to hit people. I think he'll be fine. My main issue with Mariota is I just don't think I think he's too old, truthfully, and I just don't. He's not a starter for a reason.
Around.
He is. I mean, that's what he was in.
He gets hurt.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's when he was.
Rely on him for a whole season.
That's what he was in Vegas for. He was in Vegas for those little run option plays right there, and he did well in them. Truthfully, he did. But I'm just worried he's not young enough to carry a full team right now.
Right.
But again, we'll get to it in the future. But we got a new guy, and I'm actually very excited about him, and I think he has potential again to be a starter this season.
Right.
So I feel like maybe 3 or 4 weeks in, we might have a new guy that can do all this stuff, that's able to pass it deep downfield, that's able to hit all these players if Mariota isn't.
Right. I look at a wide receiver and I feel like sometimes he can only be as good as his quarterback.
You're 100% right.
We look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and everybody says, "Wow, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the best at drafting wide receivers." You got to understand they've had Ben Roethlisberger for 19 years, and he's that guy at quarterback. So now with somebody else, like, are they still going to be the best at drafting wide receivers?
A whole season when Ben was gone, they all had bad seasons.
Right. So it makes it does like deteriorate like the potential of what Drake London could be. So you got to keep an eye on that. And if he doesn't have like the greatest season, don't get down on him early.
Yeah.
Especially because Mariota's new to the Falcons and he's new to the Falcons.
Yeah.
They got a lot of new stuff going on.
The whole team's pretty much fresh right here. So, again, like I said, I'm not really expecting right off the bat to come in and just be, the number one team in the NFC. I'm expecting this to be a build. But with what I've seen, I'm very, very excited for the future because I really like almost all the players we got.
That's good. What do you mean? Oh, almost.
Well, we'll get to it.
Okay.
So we moved up in the second round to get a linebacker. We got Arnold Ebiketie from Penn State, which I am very, very excited about this guy. I was looking at the highlights of him. He's a monster on the field. And again, it's so tough because of course, we're not going to show the bad highlights. Of course, of course he's going to be dominant in everything that you see. But, man, he's throwing people around, dude. He's ragdolling people. He's getting the quarterback. Quarterbacks are fearing for their lives, and that's what I want to see out of a linebacker. We really need some help on defense, and I think this is going to be a huge part that really projects us to the next level. So I'm very, very excited about him. We're going to get to the pick that I'm not so excited about.
So they had 2 second-round picks or
Yeah.
2 seconds?
2 second-round
Okay.
picks. Yeah, and that's Troy Anderson. So he's an interior linebacker.
So they got 2 linebackers.
They got 2 linebackers, and I'm fine with that. I like that, actually. This guy is the fastest linebacker in the draft, but I feel like he's not fully NFL ready. I feel like he's too just shoot heavy. I seen him diving for players all the time, which easily in the NFL, that could be a missed tackle right there, and the dude's gone for I don't know how many yards. So that really worries me. But this guy's an absolute – he's a speedster out there, man. I seen him getting interceptions, running all the way across the line from one side to the other, making this amazing tackle. He's very good in open space, which is nice because of his speed. So if someone wants to do like an end around or a pitch to the outside, man, he's right there, which is spectacular to see. But I'm just really worried about him getting beat in coming across the field, or again, if he has to dive for a player, thinks he could dive for a player and completely misses, and the guy's gone for 20-plus yards.
So it seems like a little bit of a reach, maybe.
It's a reach.
For where he got drafted
having a fast linebacker could be.
Well, I mean, we all
know.
know.
Oh, it is.
We all know.
Fred
I mean,
Warner out there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially at wide receiver though. Like if a player's fast, it increased their draft stock drastically, like big time.
Yep.
Speed kills. I mean,
Exactly with this guy.
yeah, and I mean. That's what we were talking about briefly. The Patriots they traded up in the second round to draft the fastest wide receiver, but a lot of people had this wide receiver projected in the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah.
So it's pure speed guy.
Yeah.
So you got to hope that their intangibles are good elsewhere, just besides with their legs and how fast they are.
Exactly.
But hey,
and that's why I'm okay with them getting 2 linebackers as well to build the defense up. And again, we still have multiple picks to come today as well. So I'm excited to see what they do. I kind of want them to get another corner. I think that would be nice. Help AJ Terrell a little bit, kind of build our defense up. And again, I'm excited for the future. But speaking of the future, pick number 74 for the Atlanta Falcons.
Uh-oh. They did.
Do we have our new guy in Desmond Ridder? And
do you?
I'm excited for him. I don't know. I don't.
Because you dumped on the quarterbacks quite a bit.
You're saying
I did?
you want to tank and then get like
and
a guy Bryce Young next year, but now that could all be
and I did.
thrown out.
I want to ask you, how do you feel about them taking Desmond Ridder when Malik Willis was still available?
I think it's happening for a reason. I think Malik Willis isn't NFL ready. I think whatever all of these teams seen really frightened them, and that's why I feel like he drops so far. And I'm not mad about it because, again, you never know what quarterback's going to pan out. We could have took Malik Willis, and he could have been a complete bust. He could have been an RG3 situation where he has a good year, but then he gets injured and kind of falls off, and he becomes nothing. So I'm happy with Desmond Ridder. I really liked what he did at the Combine. He was a specimen this entire year. I was very excited for him. He kept rising in the stocks, too, which was awesome to see throughout the entire draft, the postseason, basically. I thought he was going to go to the Steelers, truthfully. This is who I thought they were going to take. They showed a lot of interest in him. They were very hyped up about him. But just looking at what he could do on the field, I'm excited for it. He's able to run back and forth throughout the pocket, kind of how like Kyler Murray does, which, of course, does shoot him in the foot sometimes, but he's very capable of running around. He's a quick guy. He's able to kind of have these run options here where he's able to take it, which we haven't had in years. I mean, I joked about it last year how fast Matt Ryan looked whenever he was running his 7.42 40. But I'm excited for it again, and we have a lot of younger people coming in this season. It's going to be a rebuild season. So to have that quarterback to come in that could actually lead this team, which is another huge plus, is everything that I heard, every announcer, every commentator, every analyst said that he is a leader. And that's exactly what the Falcons need right now, and I'm very excited for that because, again, he doesn't have a ton of pressure coming in because it's an all-new team. It's not like this team is either do or die without this quarterback. He has some time to fill out the spots. Okay, I really like passing this guy. I really like how this guy blocks right here. I could roll out to the right more often. He has time to kind of find his groove, and that's exciting for me. And, again, there's all these quarterbacks that get drafted in the 4th or the 5th round, even the 6th round, and end up being absolute icons, such as Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. So, again, for these quarterbacks to fall this heavy and for them to kind of be like, hey, you're not good, I think that's going to light a fire in their stomach, and I think they're going to want this win even more.
Because he was one of the guys that we saw him. He was projected to potentially come to the Steelers, and that made us unhappy. I personally did not want Desmond Ridder.
Either, honestly. I mean,
In the first round.
Yeah, in the first round.
In the first round, he's in a situation like the Steelers where they just got a new quarterback who they're not 100% sure is going to be the starter. So it's like he does have the potential to come in and prove himself.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have wanted them to take him in the first, but because we got him in the third, which is an absolute steal, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. That's why I didn't want them to go with their number 1 overall pick taking a quarterback. Yeah, and the fact that every quarterback was still left on the board whenever the Falcons picked really worried me. Because Terry Font came out and said that if our guy is there, we're going to take him. So I was really worried, but it just turns out if our guy's there in the third, we're going to take him, which I'm okay with. But speaking of next season, because I didn't want them to get and unfortunately now I don't know if that's going to happen, even if we have a higher pick, because we got to give Ritter a chance.
Right. So what's the expectations for the Falcons now? Because you're pretty down on them before the draft started. I mean, you were like more down on them than I've ever seen.
Like, I'm not going to watch them.
So like, do these picks alone right here like get everything turned around for you as a Falcons fan?
No, I mean, no. It doesn't. I'm still rooting for the Colts. I still want the Colts to win the Super Bowl next season. I want Matt Ryan to win the Super Bowl next season. What the Falcons did, I don't know. It was stupid. But, again, it's always a positive to see good things happening. So that's what I want to see. I want to see them turn it around and not just keep making stupid decision after stupid decision after stupid decision, such as the Jacksonville Jaguars seem to do. So that's why I want them to get back on track, actually build a team that can actually win us a Super Bowl. This isn't, we need to win the division, we need to win some games. This is, you should be wanting to win the Super Bowl. So find your guys, make the right picks. Again, don't get pushed over, which is the whole Colts situation. Again, it was pretty screwed up. And I'm not mad at them about the Deshaun Watson thing because, again, the Browns gave away absolutely everything for Deshaun Watson, and we don't even know if he's going to play this season. So, but I'm happy with what the Falcons did. Again, the Falcons will always be my number 1 team, but next season I want Matt Ryan to get a ring. Get him a ring. Again, let us build to the future, kind of get some more puzzle pieces together. But it's exciting. I'm excited to see what Ritter does. I'm excited to see what Drake London does. I'm excited to see what our new defense holds. So, again, it's all positive things, and I think that's exactly what a draft should give you.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know what you thought about the whole draft. Let us know about your favorite team's draft. If you're happy with who they picked, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.